Hi guys, I am ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Subway Builder in London. Now, it's running in day 28 and we're making a fair bit of money throughout the day actually. We're doing like 20, 30 million it seems in the day. So we'll have a look at the end of the, wow, it's going up even more. So this setup we've got here now is really churning a profit. We'll have a look at the end of the day what it kind of looks like in total. But I mean, just the morning peak gave us about 40 million. Wow, that's a big number. Big number. Now, in the last episode, before we when I concluded it, we were having trouble with this, and it didn't quite want to work. So I kind of wonder. I mean, presumably it should be able to get there, right? Because it's able to get into this line. So let's quickly have a look. If we go to, I mean, I don't really mind it going over that way. That's fine. I mean, this seems pretty logical. If we go, the money can keep. Whoa, 200 million. Jeez. Okay, we're going to expand like crazy, I think. Well, not like crazy, but okay. If we go to this line, right? Let's just have a look. Here, we can clearly see that actually is working. So I don't know if it's got something to do with the fact that it's all the way at the end. And maybe we didn't quite plan that out properly on this side. Let's quickly go in here. So what I'm contemplating is maybe this is not quite right. Wow, we made like a... Okay, hang on. Let's pause and have a quick look at the day's income stream. So if we wanted to refine this to, yeah, this is 24 hours, right? So 24 hours, but I guess we don't necessarily want to see it like this. We want to see just yesterday. And so yesterday, 80 million is what we made, which is a significant increase to what we've made previously. So our profit is going up quite a bit due to the expansions that we've done. So I like that. It might also be some changes because there's been some changes, some updates to the game as well. So might be some of that as well. But anyway, let me quickly go here. If I go to construction, what I want to try and do is let us demolish this. Let us demolish. Okay, well, if we go to routes, C2, edit the route, right? I'm kind of wondering, do I put another crossover in here? So let me go. What is this? Some new stuff we need to have a look at. So forget about that. Discard the changes. Go to construction. Give me a crossover. Can I forget about adding? Ah, there we go. So if I were to do this, right? If we were, ooh, and now, okay, well, anyway, if we do that, right? And we review the blueprint and we build the blueprint, right? The assumption is that we can make a change to this, and it seems like it's trying to indicate that to us. So if we now say, let's edit this route, right? Can I... Ah, now it is doing that. Okay, so that is updated. Let's confirm those changes. So what I want to do, I want to just have a bit of a relook at this. So let's get out of this. We'll go back to the construction screen and we'll quickly get rid of a few different things. So let's remove those items there. And the idea is at the moment we've got crossovers over here, so we can actually run on this side. And now maybe the question, the thing that we need to be doing is we need to implement them. Oh, they don't want to be done here. They're okay there, but they're nothing on this. So they really don't want to go all the way over here. And I do wonder why that is. if I were to do this, oh, this is all kind of, well, this one was a four track by itself. Okay, so I guess the idea here is we're just going to do a single line of commuter. And I do wonder if that does allow us to do this. So if I were to do that, and I were, ooh, and my worry is, right? My worry is that that does not necessarily allow for this. So if we were to do that, would that be workable? So let's review the blueprint. Let's build that. Okay. And now the idea is we'll again update this route and we'll say edit. And we'll say instead of that, we want to add this one to the mix, right? Oh, yeah, now it's working. So maybe there was a bit of a funny business going on over there. So at least that seems like a logical approach, right? So let's confirm those changes. Now it will stop over here and we can quite comfortably continue our operation, right? So let's just see that happening. Yeah, it is getting all the way here. And so the Lawn Road station is now connected and we are making money. So now we can start looking at where our next expansion is given we're or going, because we're making a fair bit of money. This should be pretty good. We had plans, which I can't fully remember, to split in this area and potentially run a train on both, right? So the idea being that we maybe wanted to run 2 trains from Westfield Avenue. Is it Westfield Avenue? From where? Because we've got a crossing here, so we can't necessarily go too crazy. So I was kind of thinking, yeah, C2 starts here. So we run different trains. So one goes in one direction and the other goes in the other direction. That was kind of the thinking behind what we have set up over here. Lawn is actually getting pretty busy. That train is full all the time. What does the warning say? Yeah, this C2 train is pretty busy. And I guess because C2, if we have a quick look at C2 from a train's perspective, we're only running the one. So, and we're out of trains. If we wanted to buy some extra trains, we can. I guess for now we'll leave it be, right? We'll leave it be for now until we plan out where it's actually going to go to, right? And so the idea is that we keep running. Now, I'll quickly have another look. I can't remember what our levels were. So let's quickly have a look at track elevations. This is at 10. So this is on viaduct. Okay, so we're running viaduct through here into at grade over there. So I guess this will be a viaduct connection running through here, which will have a building to contend with. So we'll need to think about that a little bit. I also don't quite see the need for it to run significantly further than this. I mean, it can go out all the way over here to Romford. Yeah, I mean, that could work. It can pop into this place, and it just has fewer stations when it goes out all the way out here, right? I think that's kind of the plan. Then we could have kind of local light rail or something running. Wow, look at this. We're at 310 million. So we're making good money at the moment. So really we can now start to look at the expansion, right? So let's start to think about the expansion. Now, the plan with the expansion, okay, let's open the analysis tab and we'll see what are we at with regards to transit demand. 1.4% on transit demand, so we're nowhere near the 5% that our initial that we're initially wanting to target. There's not a lot. Oh, actually, Rush Green next to Romford there has a little bit of employment. So I think a station over here could be actually pretty good to run trains in both directions. But from a residence perspective, at least, we are looking pretty good. Yeah, I mean, our Route A is still our big mover. Our central station is still the one where everything is kind of happening. But yeah, this one over here is pretty busy too. But yeah, all in all, not too bad. So let's have a look at our expansion. We're up at the 300 million mark. So nothing too significant. But let's have a look at how we're going to go and build this expansion. So we're going to go with, I guess, parallel commuter at the 8-meter level. right? And so my thinking was we'll need to run this over here, right? So I'm thinking if I do kind of that, right, the plan would be that we then go back to single track. And the idea is we want to build that into there. Actually, let's start off with this one. Oh, and the idea. Oh, unfortunately. Ooh. Yeah. Okay, hang on. Before we get too carried away. So this will be fine, but where do we actually go from? The idea is actually we're going to need to run. Okay, let's just look at this crossing, right? So if we go back to a parallel track, right? So the other one is going to run down this way. So I'm just going to do kind of maybe just something like that, straight across there. Right? That's going to be the plan. And now what we need to do is look at how we tie in to both of these with the appropriate crossovers. So the idea is obviously, yeah, I'm not sure whether we're just going to run straight into here. Yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to really use that, but, or whether we're going to, because the issue with this, I mean, yeah, because both of these are going in one direction, it seems. I don't know. Let's test a few things here. So can we, if we do commuter directly, reach day 30 in a single city? So if we did this, can we tie in anywhere? It wants to, yeah. So it does that, and it wants to go out to the outside tracks, and I guess then we'll just need to run it from there, right? So if we were to say this, and this is just blueprint still, right? And then we do a very similar thing where we run it out over here, right? And I guess that is a little awkward, right? So let us demolish this section. The idea would be, okay, so let's do this. So what we'll need is this guy will, no. Single track is what we're after. And the plan would be to tie in there and to tie in over there. Okay. And then I guess the idea is that do we go parallel tracks and we maneuver it out directly from here? I guess that seems pretty logical, right? We'll go, actually we can go around this. All right, and we then tie it in here. Is that, yeah, I guess that gets us a little bit higher. So not quite what we wanted, but I guess this will help us out a little bit to then run it in here so we can run. Yeah, I guess that's the plan, right? That really is the plan. I'm just thinking. I mean, I don't know if we can run something different here, right? Could we? Because I'm guessing. Okay, hang on. Let's try something else. Let's get rid of this, and let's get rid of that, and let's get rid of this and that and this, right? And also this. So let's see if we can't make that a little bit better. So if we were to then just go with single tracks, right? So this one coming straight out of this and gonna go, well, we'll do something like, we'll try and get it to about 50. Yeah, right. If we do that, and then we tie in that last slither, yeah, that's going to be fine. And then this guy is coming back. Oh, I don't know if this is going to work, to be honest, because that seems a lot. I think that's going to be a little. Okay, let's rethink this. So let's bring the parallel track in a little bit further. Yeah, so I'm a little bit. So the parallel track goes up to, say, there, and then we'll slow it down. And this parallel track can go into, say, here. And now what I'm thinking is we're going to do a bunch of single tracks to see that everybody can go everywhere. So we'll do that. We'll also do this. Right? So directly from that station, you can go there. And I guess we want to be able to have these guys cross through directly, right? So we've got a bit of a scissor ramp situation going on over there. Now from this side, we're going to go here. And what is it saying? Needs at least... Ooh, that's an interesting one. Okay, let's try this. It worked in the other direction, right? So if we did that, and we also did this, right? But then we also want to do kind of maybe something like that, and something like this, right? So I think that does the trick in terms of our split, right? So let's try if we now add some stations to the mix here, right? And the idea is basically, well, let's do the extension to the Romford line out here. So what we want to do is we want a commuter station. I guess parallel track is what we're going to do, and we're going to keep it up high, right? So we don't want it right on top of each other. So I guess the first one that's going to happen is going to happen through here. Actually, before we do that, we can't go through that building. So the building does remain a bit of a challenge. If we were to put that up at, say, well, let's just go with this. At 12, that doesn't work. At 16, that doesn't work. So in reality, we're not going to go over the building, right? So in my mind, we are on our way down, right? If we go to, say, a 4 for the station, right? And we do something like this, that doesn't want to work there. If we, what did we do? We did 10 cars, right? And I'm guessing, can we go underneath? This road here is a little bit of a thing, right? So if we just go up to 10 cars there, turn it in this way. I want to have it kind of directly in there. And then the idea is from that 4-meter level, I want to go to 10. So cut and cover. Ooh, what is this? London Transit Authority announces ambitious expansion plans. Again, here we go. In a press conference that drew surprisingly large crowd, London Transit Director unveiled plans for what officials are calling the most significant infrastructure investment in a generation. We've listened to the commuters, said Diego Brown, transit enthusiast, gesturing at a map. I think we've read this before. Okay. By next year, we're aiming to connect every major neighborhood. Wow. I do think we've done this before. The $580 million budget allocation has drawn both praise and criticism. Advocates calling it long overdue, while fiscal hawks question the timeline. I think that seems like something we've done already. So we've got that one. Now I want to go here and we want to see if we go cut and cover to 8, can we get underneath? And the plan is that if we do that, we're not going to be able to get underneath it at all. Okay, so I guess that makes it as simple as that. And I shouldn't have clicked that extra button. So let's close this one out. So if we were to put it to a level station at no, not underground. Did we want to put this station underground? So if we did the station as cut and cover over here, okay, yeah, that might actually work. So we'll do an underground station. And then if we do this, oh, okay, well, I guess we can go a little deeper. Still an issue. A little deeper still. Okay, if we go, okay, so really we are needing to go like that, okay? And then we can come back out and viaduct it again further. And obviously on this side, what we're going to do is we're going to go back to, say, ooh, no, that's the wrong direction. We're going to try and get it to a reasonable level. We run it through there. Okay, so that's under, and then we go up to, say, grade. Oops, get through there. How many do we have here? So we'll go grade to about there. Then we're going to go up to 8 to go over this. No, make sure to intertwine these things. So we'll run the viaduct there. Oops, we'll try and run it straight next to these buildings here, and we'll try and make a fairly natural curve. Yeah, that does the trick. Gets us there where we're going into tunnel. That's costing us extra money. Okay, fine. We're in. Oh, actually, everything's running because we're just in blueprint mode now. Over here, what we need to do is, I'm guessing. Yeah, to be honest, maybe an interim station somewhere over here is our plan. But I guess we're just going to go up and over. So let's just get the stations in place. So parallel station at 8 meters is, where are we having it? So I was thinking somewhere over here, maybe. So, oh, we just need 10 cars, right? So, and that's at 8, right? So we'll do that, a 10 car there, express drive. And then maybe we'll do one kind of somewhere over here. Okay, and then our last one is going to be right here for the time being, and we've got room to just kind of keep it above ground there, right? We'll just keep it on the viaduct. So that's going to be the plan. So let's start by getting these things set up with some pretty good options. So let's run this one straight through to about here, and then we try and tie that in. That should be pretty good. Nice, I like that. Now, can we do a nice swoop over this way? Yes, very good, we can. Now, this one is going to take a little bit more effort to get out of here in a reasonable way. Okay, so I guess what we'll do is we'll go back down to maybe, say, 8 meters underground. And we'll tie that in. Right, and we'll continue that a little bit up to here. So we'll clear those 2 roads, and then we're going to go back up into the air. Actually, what we'll do is we will now go to grade for a little bit. Say something like up to there. Try and keep it nice and smooth, and then we'll go up to the 8 meter mark, and we'll run the rest of it on viaduct. Excellent. So that should work quite well. We're crossing over there, no problems. And then we just need to cross over here in between those buildings, please. Yeah, that's fine. And we'll go and tie in over there, no problems. And that's tied in properly. Now, the only other thing we're thinking of is getting some scissor ramps going. And I'm guessing right over here is the only one we actually need for the time being, because everything else is there. And what we'll do is we'll run C2 out this way. So that is, whoa, that is expensive. 400. But we'll buy it. We'll buy it nonetheless because we've got the money. We're back down to 300 million. Our money has at least come in. And what we'll do is we'll extend C2 to that spot, right? And it's here where we could potentially run. Anyway, we'll activate some additional spots for C2. So if we go with that one and that one, I mean, I guess it's working, right? We can just add all of the stations. And this one and that one. It's pretty pricey for I guess, the population and the demand that we're actually serving out here, I'm sure. We'll get Warley Avenue, and then all the way at the end here in Romford, we'll just kind of pop it in there. We'll get that station to run, no problems. Let's just quickly go back and see what our situation is going to be like. Over here. So I guess at the moment we could actually do this and have it run out on that side, and that's actually useful, which means we can run the C2 and then C3 can run in the middle, so I built some additional lines, but we could actually run C3 in the middle and it doesn't actually have to go into this area. Okay, let's confirm those changes. We'll have a quick look at the trains. We need to buy some more, right? So let's do train cars to purchase, hold shift to do multiples. I guess let's do another, well, let's do 8. Let's buy them and let's run 2. Can we do 3? I guess we cannot. So let's just do 2, 2. Yeah, let's do that and see how that works, right? And say, there we go. So now we're running quite a little bit further on the commuter line. It's a long line, and I guess that's why it is so costly, because it is running quite a distance. And our trains are getting pretty full over here, so we can still expand those trains to have, a larger footprint. But what I'm keen on understanding straight from the start, right, is how much is actually gonna be coming to these individual stations, right? I'm really keen to understand. So we'll let it, it needs to run a little bit for us to really get that. So let's just run it. We'll obviously try and bulk up our cash a little bit so we can do some further expansions. But the idea is really that we want to see that this number is going to go up to a reasonable level. We are seeing more and more trains having capacity issues, which is a number which is something I do actually want to see. Central. So we've got multiple centrals. That's a little weird. Station groups. Oh, station groups. Yeah, fine. Ah, I see. So depending on the line. So C1 at Central is busy? That's interesting. Anyway, this is coming up to 3,000, 4,000 out here. I didn't think this one, but I thought this one's going to have a little bit more. But we'll see. Maybe it's still growing. It's still growing. This is quite busy. Whoa, that one's really busy. And this is a transfer station as well. So I guess if we look at transfers, we're getting practically everything being transferred over here at Westfield. So this is busy because of the massive transfer, because of the way the lines are set up at the moment. Right, so that is a very busy transfer station. There's busy stations obviously over here as well. But yeah, these numbers aren't, massively increasing. And so we do want to keep an eye on our numbers. So we'll run into today's commuter traffic, and then I guess we're going to end the episode there. The full extension of C2 all the way out to Romford. And what is that final station's name, actually? It is... Do we not know? These stations have names, right? Okay, so maybe the view that we're looking at the moment is not showing that name. Waterloo Road, all the way to Waterloo Road in Romford, and that's where this is starting to happen. So want to see now we're running into commute. So we've started out at about 300 million just after the construction. And now we want to see this number spike up. And we're getting big numbers here, 10, 12 million dollars in profit. So we're up at 400 million now, and it's 10 a.m. So yeah, this number is really expanding. So I guess this is a bit of a snowball effect. It's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger. So operational budget wise, I don't necessarily think it's quite realistic, but of course it is a game, and it does need to keep us enthralled and give us the ability to continue to expand the service, of course. So we obviously have the spur off over here next to Lawn Road, from where we can do even further commuter rail. We can run it into Barking over here, and then from Barking we could again split it, to be honest, based on some of the alignment options that's here. Now, I don't necessarily want to run, the same lines that you would see, which I can clearly see. These are rail lines. You can see them in the cadastral. You can see these are right of ways for rail because the roads would have shown up as roads. So that's clearly a rail, and that's why it's kind of there, and it's easy to just run it through there. But I don't necessarily want to keep doing that. But I guess for something like these kind of distance-based commuter rail, where we're trying to run it at grade for at least large sections, it's kind of a bit of a idea there. So anyway, we'll keep doing that. Now we're getting to the end of the day. We didn't make quite as much money this time around. We're up to about 500 million. So yeah, end of the day is looming. Yeah, so it didn't quite make as much as I would have thought. Let's pause it there, have a quick look at the numbers. So if we look at the 14-day total, we actually did make a lot more. So over the last few days, we went up from 80. So the jump from 50 to 80 was significant. Then it went 90, 91, 90, 90, 89. So we ran up at around 90, and now that the extent then went up to 95, and because we kind of opened it then, and now up to 110. So it is definitely growing. We're definitely seeing significant expansions of the numbers there. And if we have a quick look at the analysis, the demand, we're up at 1.7% transit. I can't really remember where we ended the last episode. Was it 0.7 or something like that? But anyway, we're up at the 1.7% mark at the moment, and we will continue to expand. But maybe we should look at a bit more of a metro expansion to some of these higher density areas in the next episode, instead of continuing the commuter rail. But obviously the commuter rail is a fun additional aspect, whereas the metro is going to be a little bit more underground focused to key demand areas. Anyway, guys, if you have enjoyed that, please do leave a like and hit the subscribe button if this is the kind of content you want to see some more of. Our expanding lines are growing pretty nicely. That's the look of our network at the moment. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.